release of Insidious The Last Chapter, we've now got 4 Insidious movies. That means it's time to stop and rank all 4 movies from the worst to the best. Before I get started, be sure to tell me your ranking down below in the comment section. Tell me which ones you love, which ones you hate, and your kind of general thoughts on the franchise. Also, I've previously ranked the other 2 horror franchises that James Wan kicked off. You can see those right above at this link. And stick around to the end of this video where I'm going to share some of you guys' thoughts on the Insidious movies, and you can find out how you can appear in a future video using the Stardust app. With that said, let's get started. Coming in 4th place is Insidious The Last Key. Lin Shaye does a very good job in the lead role. There's some good jump scares here and there. I like some of the ideas in the movie, and the opening sequence is pretty great. However, the rest of the movie is kind of a convoluted mess. It's like they took the good ideas, but they tried to cram them into the template of the previous Insidious movies, so the end result feels like the good ideas are shoehorned into a very generic Insidious movie. Also, the ghost hunters are promoted to lead cast on this, and they just come off like the really bad comic relief. It doesn't fit in this movie at all. So the end result is a very mediocre horror film. Coming in 3rd place is Insidious Chapter 2. Now, James Wan is great at directing these types of movies, so it's got a creepy atmosphere, some great jump scares, the world building all around us is wonderful. I love these characters played by these actors. However, I feel like the first movie painted them a little bit into a corner with the plot, and so it doesn't feel like we're going in new directions. It feels like we're retreading a little bit too much on some of the plot points, and because we already know some information about what has happened and why it's happened, some of the tension and mystery and intrigue aren't there that were in the previous movie. So you've got a very well-acted movie that has charismatic leads from a very solid director with a plot that isn't quite up to par with them. In 2nd place is Insidious Chapter 3. Now, when I heard this was a prequel focusing on Lin Shaye's character, I just assumed it was going to be a crappy sequel. But I was wrong. It actually does a great job of expanding the mythology and showing how there's more stories to tell in this world without having to focus on the family that we've met in the first film. All along the way, we get a new batch of characters that we actually care about, and they find new ways to use this whole idea of astral projection to explore the world of demons and haunted houses in new, fresh ways that make for another solid entry in this franchise. But coming in 1st place is Insidious. Once again, James Wan kicks off a horror franchise by finding a new twist on familiar types of ideas and stories. On paper, this could look like just another haunted house story, but it adds in all these new twists and turns about astral projection and a child in a coma that get really, really creepy and underneath your skin as you're watching it. And with his stories, he manages to craft characters and relationships and families that you actually care about, that give stakes to these stories. All in all, once again, James Wan proves himself to be one of the great horror directors of all time and great at world building with horror movies. And so this one easily comes in 1st place. So there you have it. That's my ranking of the 4 movies in the Insidious franchise. Here's what some of you guys had to say about the movies.
And I loved this film so much. I think Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne did a great job, and
So Insidious is one of my favorite ghost movies of all time, like Ghost Ghoul, whatever. Insidious Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 are my favorite ones. Chapter 3 is okay for me.
Insidious is my favorite horror movie of all time.
I really like the other movies. Lin Shaye is still the best part of this movie, her character, the story involving her character, but the further is very uninspired and bland. The direction is very uninspired and bland.
It's boring. So many jump scares, so many bad acting, so many cringe-worthy moments of comedy. Stay away.
Hey, if you want to appear in one of my future ranking videos, it's really simple. All you have to do is download the Stardust app down below at the link in the description. It's totally free in both the Apple and the Android store. Follow me on there. You can see my name on that bar right down below. And when you shoot a reaction, tag me in it. There's a little plus sign up in the top right-hand corner. Whenever there's a big major franchise, I almost always rank that franchise, so you can appear in a lot of those ones if you kind of tag me up there right in the corner. It's that simple. I'll get to see your pretty faces and kind of put a face to the usernames that I see down in the comment sections a lot. It's just a lot of fun, and it's one more way for us to talk movies together and interact back and forth a little bit. And if you're new to my channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I do movie reviews, TV reviews, ranking videos, but the key thing is I don't want to just talk about movies. I want to talk about movies with you. So join me down in the comment section, rank the Insidious movies for me. Join me over on Stardust. I'd love to see you over there on Stardust. And as always, thank you for watching.